What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're on a 1993 Yamaha XT225 and we're going to talk about our wheelie update. So you might have watched the previous video where we were on an R3 talking about trying to learn on that, and you know, basically like Jigsaw Braz tutorial for the 400. You know, I've had this bike for several years, and the CRF 250 for multiple years, the R3 for a while, and I was always under the impression that you couldn't wheelie small bikes. And I don't know, maybe it was just YouTube giving me that impression, where it was like people kind of being like CC snobs, being like, you have to have more CCs in order to actually be able to wheelie. And you know, this doesn't really power wheelie that well. It gets the front tire up a little bit, but basically that concept of you need more CCs, you gotta be on a bigger bike. And as I've been trying to do this, I've found that actually coming back to my lowest CC bike, this XT225, which is my lightest weight bike, and my smallest CC bike, has actually been super helpful for learning to wheelie. So, you know, when they say learn on a Grom, learn on a low CC bike, it's been helpful for me to do that versus even like the R3. And I haven't even really attempted my FZ07 yet because I don't want to loop it. But I mean, this thing, and you know, it'll come up, especially once you got the engine warmed up and RPMs up a little bit, and you get used to it a little bit more, and you sit back on the seat. This one's nice because we got a flat dirt bike style seat. That one's decent. So it's been helpful for me to go back to basics, kind of, right? Where you just get familiar with it coming up. You can power wheelie, so you're not worried about burning up the clutch. I mean, this bike's geared really low, which is nice. But I just come out here and I do this, and I try to do like 50 to 100, maybe even a little bit more a day. You know, and after practicing, getting comfortable with all those power wheelies, like, and you know, like when you're new, it's just shocking to have the bike come up at all, right? You have trouble riding it out. You can't figure out where in the rev range is enough power to start it coming up, right? Trying to get used to the foot brake, and I've been practicing that a lot, where it's just like every time I bring it down, I try to bring it down with the foot brake, like building those good habits for if I ever actually become decent. And then, you know, you can start, you're doing your little clutch ups, right? So just practicing, and this is good for like even trails, right, where you just get used to it coming up just a little bit to get over an obstacle or something, right? So right there, it's like it started to come up, coming back more, get comfortable in it, try to keep it up. But yeah, like I saw Yami Noob talking about him trying to learn wheelies, and he went out and got a Grom, and I think it's a great idea. I very much so agree with him on how he tries to keep like younger riders and newer riders safe. Do the low CC thing. You know, if you think that you need a 1000 or a 600 to learn how to wheelie, you need like over 100 horsepower, you're probably going to find yourself going way too fast and not having the fundamentals down. So I don't know. I mean, if you learned on a 600, then that's great. But I think for me that would be the wrong choice. So anyway, I'm just out here. I'm gonna do my 50 to 100. I'll probably put in a clip where I worked on the CRF, trying to practice on wheelies on that, and then, you know, we'll come back with the R3. Come back with the R3 and keep practicing this more. But for now, the XT has been a super great help to me with learning this. So anyway, hope this helps you if you're trying to pick out a bike to learn on. Especially when you go from essentially a stop. I mean, this bike will pick up its front really easily. I mean, that's very few revs. And it is a low power single cc. I mean, so just working on kind of where's that RPM, and I think, you know, getting the feel for it is nice rather than relying on a tachometer. But getting that feel for it where you can consistently bring it up and not whiskey throttle yourself or yeet yourself. But just slow it down, and you know, it's a lot less scary when you slow it down, because your risk of injury is just so much less, right? And that's where, like, the R3, even learning on that, it's like you're still going like 20 miles an hour trying to pull up a wheelie or something. So it's kind of nice to learn on something like this, geared so low and lightweight. Doesn't even have that much power to begin with. So I've been coming out here working on this pretty much, and gotta always remember to move my butt back. But until my clutch hand kind of starts giving out and is tired, just try to do my 50 to 100 wheelies a day and practice it. So man, you can really start feeling like as you get it further and further back, the weight shift, like the balance of it shift and all. Very interesting to learn. Yeah, so anyway, I like to just get like barely rolling, kinda, and then give it some throttle. Oh, hold on. Didn't get enough. Nope, need more. This bike won't power wheelie itself up, you know? I do. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Is that first gear or second gear or what? First gear? Yeah. Did you see that one? The problem is like when it comes up. The problem is like when it comes up, you gotta commit to it, you know? Yeah, right. Yeah, that's where like having a sport bike that revs to the moon becomes a benefit, right? The XT, that was probably one of the better ones. The XT, did you almost loop it? What happened? Oh. Remember, cover your rear brake with your right foot and that'll bring you back down. That's your safety. Yeah, if you go back too far or something and you need to set it back down, rear brake it. Yeah, no, hit the rear brake and it brings you back down. I just need, I mean, it's just like, you just need, oh, did you see that? It's just like you need so much throttle. Yeah, you just need a lot of throttle. I'm not even sure if you can loop this bike. Like if you... I don't know. I don't know that I'm... It helps if you move your butt backwards, I'll tell you that much. Like, if you move your butt back on the seat, you really can, you can really get a lot more. And also if you go up a hill like this. I don't know. That's the first couple times I've ever actually successfully wheelied this bike, and that's all credit to practicing on the R3, which can power wheelie a little bit, and the XT. Because the XT the XT will power wheelie way better, and it'll also like really easily like pop up the front with hardly any revs in first gear. So those have been great bikes to practice on, but the wheelies are coming along a little bit. I just need to get them further, like higher and higher, you know, and then eventually get to like a balance point. So anyway, but you had some really good wheelies there.
This is an awful bike for
Yeah. Yeah.
it kind of forces the saddle.
Yeah.
And I'm getting it powered about 4,000 to get it off.
Yeah.
It's going pretty quick.
Yeah.
And I don't have it in me to try and shift in the middle of the wheel.
Yeah. Well, that's where like a sport bike that has a quick shifter on it, where you like don't have to clutch at all, you just bang it up. You know what I mean? Like full throttle, and you can bang it up, and it arrests the spark for a split second and shifts into the next gear. Is like, you know, the best way to do it. But really, you just need to bring it back. Like you just need to like become comfortable where you can bring it back at slower speeds and balance it. That's like, it's like the holy grail of it. But
Are you ready?
I am. Yeah, thanks for riding today.